Now on to 97 soccer. Since Seattle University was founded in 1891, it had never won a national championship until 1997. On September 5th, the team lost to Westmont College 2-0. It would not lose another match the rest of the season. Having joined the Northwest Conference of Independent Colleges, the squad rolled to a 15-0-1 conference record. In the NCIC Conference Tournament, the Chieftains defeated Pacific 3-1 and Pacific Lutheran 5-1 to advance to the NAIA Regionals. After an easy 5-0 win over Western, Seattle University exercised one of its longtime demons, defeating Simon Fraser, the team who had denied Seattle University the regional title in the previous 3 seasons, by a 3-2 count. At the national tournament, the Chieftains faced the top-seeded University of Illinois Springfield as well as the host Birmingham Southern in round-robin play. Seattle University advanced to the national semifinals and defeated William Carey and Rockhurst during the 1997 NAIA National Championship. And I will call these gentlemen out. Please come forward. Jeff Cook, Jason Palmer, Tom Hardy, who's a recent Hall of Famer, Jeremy Brown, Stan Thiesenvich, Craig Gaunt, Kelly Barton, Kurt Swanson, Tate Miller, Tony Pyle, Shane McCorkle, George Sosnarski, Jamin Olmsted, Marcus Gondon, and Dr. Joe Shimselsden. Come on forward, and please, I wanted to come on forward, everybody, and I want to make special note here. I've only been here about a year and a half, and one of the individuals that embraced me and helped this university's athletic department is head coach Peter Fewing. Please come up, Peter, and the rest of them.
Well, good evening. I'm going to introduce, Bill just did it. You covered it. All right, but just so you know who they are. It's Tom Hardy. Raise your hand. Thank you. Dr. Joe Sam Sheldon. Jeff Cook, assistant coach, 17 years. Jeremy Brown. Behind him, Tony Pyle. Craig Gaunt. Kurt Swanson, you just met. Mark Escondone, our trainer. Tate Miller. Jason Palmer, our goalie, Stan Thiesenvitz, George Zarnowski, Shane McCorkle, and Jamin Olmsted. After 10 years, they still remember their names. Very nice. Yep. It's nice to go last because there are so many great stories in this room, and we as a group are very honored to join all of you in the Hall of Fame. And we want to thank the committee, for sure, for putting this on and picking our team. And we also want to thank Bill. You've done a great job. Where are you, Bill? Nice. You look good behind the curtain, Bill. We want to thank Bill for including us in the athletic department for all their work. So, Michelle Hackett, I was thinking about why you get so nervous speaking in public as opposed to arresting someone in front of 1,000 people. Are you carrying a gun right now? Are you? If you're packing heat, you'd be fine up here. I'm pretty sure. So, if you had mace or something like that, I think you'd be all right. So, all right. Well, it is my honor to get to speak on behalf of the gentleman, the great gentleman that I love behind me. I've done it for the last 10 years. I've told their story many, many times. And although Bill said a lot of the things about the program, there's some things I would love to share with you that might give you even more insight to how great these guys are. First, the team GPA that quarter was a 3.43 GPA. Secondly, there were 4 first-team All-Americans. Kurt Swanson was a first-team All-American. Arnie Clubroot, who's vacationing in Hawaii and can't be here tonight, he was first-team. Kurt Swanson and Jason Palmer. Did I say you twice, Kurt? Tom Hardy. Thanks a lot. A lot of concussions along the way. Knock it off, all right? 4 first-team All-Americans. But when it came time to vote for who was the MVP of the team, before I could actually count the ballots, those 4 guys came down to my office and said, "Who's the MVP?" And they said, "We would like it to go to George Zarnowski." That was the beauty of that team, and that's how that team operated. This team also won the Sportsmanship Award. I don't know if it's happened yet, but no team to this day, or to that day, had won the Sportsmanship Award and the National Championship in the same year. Grad school. 4 guys went on to become teachers, and Nuon went on to be a teacher as well, but didn't go on to grad school. But Stan went to Antioch, and George went to City University, and Shane McCorkle went to the University of Montana, and Craig Gaunt went to Notre Dame to live the Jesuit mission they'd been taught. Not all of them are doing it now because they spent some time with those kids, and that's another story. But Stan's in construction where he can hit things without getting in trouble. So Tony Pyle went to study European Studies at Georgetown. Arnie Clubberud went to North Carolina to get a master's in athletic administration. Kurt Swanson, you heard, is now a dentist and has his own practice. And Jeremy Brown went to NYU. Jeremy also got into medical school at the University of Washington, but decided he liked to argue. So he decided to go to law school instead, and now he's with K&L Gates. Okay. The tournament was interesting. We won 8 games to get to the to win the national championship. But the last 4 games were very interesting. We were a low seed, and we were not, and that's no problem. It's just the way it was. But we played on a Tuesday night, kickoff at 7 o'clock. And then we played Wednesday night, kickoff at 7 o'clock. And then we had Thursday was Thanksgiving. And then Friday we kicked off, and we were the second semifinal game. And that first semifinal game went to overtime penalty kicks. So we started late. And we walked off the field at 4:30 on Friday afternoon. And we came back to the field to play in the national championship final 19 hours later, which also went to overtime. We went to overtime in the semifinals and the finals. We played against 31 different nationalities and 91 foreign-born players. The NAIA is a very unique college association. Our average age, Tommy turned 23 on the day of the final, and I think he was our oldest player. Is that right? Is Tommy the oldest? Yeah. We played against 35-year-olds from Cameroon. There were 8 players in the tournament who represented their country in World Cup qualifying from that tournament. It was an exceptional group of athletes. The neat thing was this group, for the most part, is all local. Except for you. Right? Shane's from Montana. So is Jeremy Brown. Sorry. Yeah, we're glad you do. So their legacy is not what they did on the field and not just what they've done off the field, but their legacy is what they've done after the field. They're all doing wonderful things. They're sons for me. I couldn't be more proud of them. And I'm honored that I got to coach them. We won the national championship again in 2004. And I got to tell you, when we walked in the locker room and I looked at the guys, the 2004 guys, there was no question what we were there for. Because the guys behind me had set a standard that we were there to win. We weren't there to get the third place trophy, second place trophy. I didn't even have to talk about it. The standard had been set. And the beauty was these guys used to come back all the time to cheer the guys on, to introduce themselves. We got a couple guys one's in dental school right now, Jason Bresser, and one guy's in medical school. And these guys would lend a hand to get to know them and try to help them out. They always came back as humble, gracious, caring supporters of the program. So, sorry, the mic went dead. I don't know if you heard that. When you coach, speechless. When you coach, you're supposed to teach. But I learned more from these guys than I ever taught them. And they become great friends. A lot of them call me Pedo now, which was not acceptable during our days on the field. And I play with a lot of them on an over 30 team, and I'm 45. And they're very kind and gracious to me. They play the ball to my feet because I can't run. I can, but it's not pretty. And they don't ever try to sub me out of games. And if I don't show up, there's no problems. I said they're like sons, and they're like teammates, and they are a delightful group, and they represent this university in the most beautiful way. It's a rare thing when you see them wearing their national championship rings. That's not who they are. Who they are is great young men who did a great thing while they're here, on the field, off the field, and since the field. So, again, we want to thank you very much. We're honored to be with you tonight, and we appreciate this award. Thanks so much.